stopping by woods on a snowy evening. This is the poem I'm going to discuss with you guys, which was written by American poet Robert Frost in 1922 and published in 1923 as part of his collection New Hampshire. The poem is told from the perspective of a traveler who stops to watch the snowfall in the forest, and in doing so reflects on both nature and society. Let's move to the poem. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Here the narrator of the poem, stopping by woods on a snowy evening, stops by some woods on his way one evening. The narrator knows the owner of the woods and even where he lives. He is a bit relaxed, thinking that owner of the woods live in the village and he won't see the narrator stopping here. Therefore, he can continue watching the natural beauty of his snow-covered woods. The poet is enjoying his moment in solitude where the owner cannot see him immersed in the beauty of his snow-clad woods. The unequaled beauty of the magnificent scene has captivated the poet, and he has stopped for some time to immerse himself in its beauty. Let's move to the next paragraph. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and the frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. In the second stanza, the narrator of the poem says that his dear horse, whom he is using as his carriage, must think it strange to stop here between the woods and the frozen lake in the dark evening, as he normally stops near a farmhouse. It is quite an odd place to stop by, and the poet wonders what his horse must be thinking, why his master has stopped by at such an odd-looking place. There is no farmhouse close by, and the evening is the darkest of the year. The poem is also a means of connecting with the nature. The narrator calls his horse my little horse, as it is very clear to him, or maybe the horse is a little one in the literal sense, that is, a pony. It may also suggest that the speaker is a humble and ordinary citizen and cannot afford to buy an expensive horse. He also personifies the horse by indicating that it has a thought process and also referring it as he in the next stanza. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The horse is shaking his head, ringing the bell attached to his harness as if he is asking his master whether there is any problem, as it is unusual for him to stop by the woods in the darkness. The puzzled horse does not get any response from his master. Perhaps he is afraid or worried and shakes his harness bell in an attempt to hurry his master. The night will grow darker. In that evening, any other sound that the poet can hear is only that of the wind and the falling snowflakes. Frost has captured the beauty of the nature in those lines artistically, and the entire poem seems a beautiful portrait of nature. Imagine a calm evening with snowflakes falling while you stand by the woods. It pleases the nerves and clears any confusion and stress. The solitude and the peace of the settings are the main attraction of the poem. And the important thing in this stanza of the poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, is the sound emerges. There is only 3 sounds: the sounds of the harness bell, light wind, and the snowflakes. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Here in the last stanza, the narrator describes the woods using 3 adjectives: lovely, dark and deep. This indicates that he is enjoying the scene and wants to do so for long. But he has other responsibilities in life also. So he has to go a long way before he sleeps. So he cannot get the enjoyment for long. He has to move on. And the important thing here is that the poet repeats the last line to attract the attention of the readers. Here, sleep may refer to death. We in our real life have many things to look at with awe, many things to enjoy, but in most cases we cannot simply because we have other things to do in our short lifespan. So we have to move on. Again, some critics interpret it in a different way. The woods here may also suggest the distraction and temptation in the journey of our life. The poet may mean that we should not pay attention to those outward temptations. We should stay focused on our goal and try to reach it in time. We must fulfill our duties before we die, so we have no time to look at other things on the way. So this is really a very lesson-oriented and wonderful poem written by Robert Frost. So this is all about the beautiful poem, and hope you have understood it in a beautiful manner. Hope you have liked it. So thank you so much.